My computer started artifacting today. It is the Monday, May 16th, 2011. The time is 4:59. It started about an hour and a half ago. I've already rebooted once and it's stuck around, so I figured I'd just document what's happening. This has only happened 3 times in about a week. The first 2 times it happened were both within 12 hours of each other, and it hasn't done it since today. As you can see at the bottom of the screen, there's flashing portions and there's black lines going up. I don't know if you can see it. It's a very old digital camera. And I don't have a tripod, which probably just makes things worse. Just load any file here. Loading screen is fine. As you can see, there's black lines. Oh my god. Sometimes textures will disappear and everything else. It's pretty funky. This is extremely hard to do while trying to film, so bear with me. It'd help if I centered the camera. As you can see, there's flashing textures and things. It was actually worse before. There's been a whole bunch of flashing geometry and stuff, enough to give you a seizure. But anyway. Tearing textures, etc. I don't know what the issue is. I'll just get out of there. And I will open something that NCIX uses. As far as I know, it's the only thing they use. Because I guess they can't sit around and test every computer they have in there, but whatever. I'll just run it there. And you can't hear it now, but my computer is making some high-pitched squealing noises. Sounds kind of like coil whine. Never used to do this before. But then again, I rarely use 3D Mark, so maybe it's normal. It does it sometimes in any other 3D program, which it didn't used to do, so I'm assuming it's abnormal. The artifacting in 3D Mark is usually fairly faint, depending on the test. It sometimes goes through, as you can see, there's lines coming down here. It goes through bouts of being fairly normal. You can see maybe 1 or 2 pixels artifacting, but other than that, it's really hit or miss. But as you can see now, there's vertical lines up and down here. The lines are still there, they're just extremely hard to see. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. I'll try and point out anything that's not exactly obvious. There's some tearing on the rocks up here as it just slide shows portions of it. I don't know what the issue is. This screen looks alright, nothing happening. The vertical lines are bad. And you can also see where there's light spots. I don't know if that's what they're really called, right here. I don't know if that's part of the demo. I think it might be. They're being projected from the lights, but it looks retarded to me. I don't know. And there you go again, that vertical thing. I think it's just maybe, I don't know. I don't know what that is. But the vertical lines you can obviously tell are abnormal. It does this with any monitor. Restarting the computer does not clear this. The only thing that will clear it is shutting down the computer and letting it sit for a couple seconds to a minute or so. Other than the vertical lines, it seems okay. Like I said, I don't know if the blue halo things are actually part of the benchmarking test, but whatever. This is not actually my camera, so I don't have time to get a tripod or figure out how to use it. This is the best I can do. This portion of the test actually has bugs that light up and fly around and stuff, so it's hard to tell if it's artifacting. But up here you can tell that whatever they use to do it, I don't know if it's a memory issue or whatever, but it's kind of blinking up there. It's extremely hard to see. I highly doubt anything's going to be able to be made out in this test, but I'll just record it just in case again. There's some tearing on the Jeep, very minor though. There's some missing texture right on these statues here, also very small. Whoa, that was freaky. Corona from the sun was green for some reason. And there's no lightning in this test. The white flashing you see is abnormal. More tearing on the statues back here and white flashing, green corona from the sun right there. There's a missing texture over here. Very, very, very small, though you wouldn't be able to see it on the camera. In the background there's kind of little white specks. Especially right up there. I don't know if that was pretty big when you might be able to see it. There's a lot of tearing on that face right there. See, I think that's the normal way they're supposed to look. Like I said, I never used 3D Mark 2011, so I don't know. But they're really subdued here. They look all right, but on the other ones they look retarded. So I tend to think that they're artifacting. I'm not sure though. This one looks fine. I can't see any artifacting. Like I said, I've actually reinstalled Windows and it did no difference, and it lasts through restarts without any changes. So this isn't a software issue as far as I can tell. I actually restored a backup of what my computer was before I did my clean install, so I'll just have to take my word for it for now. I've tried using, there's tearing on the statue here, very minor. I've tried different driver versions of everything. This actually just spontaneously came out of the blue after the computer had problems with the, I came home and the house smelled like a plastic factory, and all the fans, not just one fan, which you'd expect if a fan was dying or something, but the case fans and the CPU fan were both just winking on and off in 4-second intervals. There's tearing right there. I was out for quite a while before that. I don't know how long it was actually doing it, but judging by the smell in my room, it was doing it for a while. I don't see any artifacting in this one. The computer's starting to make a kind of chirping sound like crickets. There's tearing up there. Maybe coil wine, like, oh, what the hell happened there? Stuff just went see-through and it's all freaking out over here. That's weird. This is a physics test. I don't know if it's the CPU based one or the GPU one. I have another computer running behind me that's actually on the same circuit as this computer, and it's been running fine for over half a decade, so I don't know what the issue is. It can't be a power issue. I've tried 2 different UPSs and plugging directly into the wall, so unless it's on the DC side of the power supply, it's not a power issue, so far as I can tell. YouTube videos will just come up as a green solid screen. Oh, okay, it's like, I'm sure you can tell that's wrong, but the background's flashing in and out back there, and the flag, when it was moving, it actually froze over there and just disappeared. There's a black line up there, I don't know, it just came out of nowhere. And that's the end of 3D Mark. I think I'm running out of batteries, so I will recharge my batteries and see what other things do. Minecraft usually just has the textures that are pink and giant cones coming out of everything. It's really quite creepy. And I'll see if I can get that. I'll be back in a bit.